Good morning. My name is Amori. I am here for my Class B pre-trip inspection. First, I'll make sure my seatbelt is properly mounted and secure to the truck. Then, I'll make sure that it adjusts properly and that it latches properly. Then, I'll make sure my belts are not phrased, no cuts, no holes. Then, I'll do a safe start. My transmission is in neutral. Press my clutch and turn my engine on. Then, I'll release my clutch slowly. While my tanks fill up, I'll check my oil pressure gauge. That should rise up to normal operating range. And for this truck, it is 60 psi. Then I'll check my water temperature. That should rise up to no more than 170, 180 degrees. Then I'll check my voltmeter. My voltmeter indicates 14 volts, and that tells me that my alternator is working properly. Meanwhile, I'll check my air pressure gauge. They're rising up to a governor cutout of 120 and 140 psi, somewhere in between. Right now, I'm just waiting for the sneezing sound. That sneezing sound will let me know that the governor is working properly and that my tanks are fully charged. There's the sound. My tanks are fully charged and my governor is working properly. Now, I will do an air leak test. First, I'll make sure my transmission is in its lowest gear. For this truck is in number 1, first gear. I'll turn my engine off and leave my ignition on. Right, so that all my indicators show up on my display. Then, very important, I'll release my parking brakes. Then I'll say, with my brakes fully applied, I should not lose no more than 3 psi in 1 minute, starting now. Check my gauges. Check my watch. After the minute is up, release your brakes and say, I did not lose no more than 3 psi in 1 minute. Now, I will test my low air warning devices. That should come on at around 60 psi. So I'll have to pump my brakes. I will lose air, consequently, and my low air warning devices should come on. That sound indicates that my air is low. It is around 60 psi, and so my device is working properly. My low air warning device is working properly. Now I will test my spring brake. My spring brake should pop out at around 40 psi. So I'll keep pumping my brakes, lose air pressure, and my parking brake should pop out. So I'll continue pumping my brakes. Wait for the sound, and there's the sound. That's the popping sound. My parking brakes popped out. Now I will recharge my tanks. I'll make sure my transmission is in neutral. Press my clutch and turn my engine on. Then release my clutch slowly for safety purpose. Meanwhile, I will continue with my in-cab inspection. Check my mirrors, right and left mirrors. Make sure they're not cracked, not dirty, no obstructions. and that they're in good position for me. Then I will check my windshield. My windshield is properly mounted, no cracks, no obstructions, no illegal stickers, in good working condition. Then we have my windshield wiper blades. They're not cracked, no cuts, not loose, not missing on either side. And I have my windshield wiper arms. They're not bent and properly mounted. Now I will check to see if it has good tensions and that my windshield washer fluid is also working. My windshield wipers and washers is working properly. I'll wait for that to stop. Then I'll check my heater and defrost. I'll turn my heat all the way up and I'll position my my knob to windshield defrost, and then I'll turn my fan all the way up. Okay, hear that sound? That's the fan. I'll place my hand over the fans just to fill out the air, that it's hot and that it's in working condition. So that's working good. Now I will check my four-way indicator. I'll press my four-ways. My four-ways indicator, they're working properly. My right turn signal indicator is working properly. My left turn signal indicator is working properly. My headlight indicator is working properly. That's when your display light up. Then I'll check my high beam indicator. That's also working properly. Then I have a 20-inch steering wheel. Should not have no more than 2-inch free play. My electric horn is working properly. Just in case of an emergency, I have 6 spare fuses. Right on this seat right here, I have 3 reflective triangles. And right in front of me, I have 1 ABC rated, fully charged fire extinguisher. And that sound, that sneezing sound, tells me that my tanks are fully charged and my governor again is working properly. So I will test my parking brake. I will put it back in my first gear, that's my lowest gear, and I will attempt to drive forward with my parking brakes engaged. My trucks should not move as I release my clutch slowly from my foot off the clutch. I'll check my windows, make sure that it's safe, put 2 hands on my steering wheel, and slowly release my clutch. And parking brakes are working properly. Now I will test my service brakes. I'll release my parking brakes and I'll drive forward at about 5 miles an hour. Clutch and brake. My service brake is working properly. My truck stopped when I wanted it to stop. It did not pull to the right and it didn't pull to the left. Okay, at this point I'll just put my parking brakes on, transmission, and release my clutch slowly. Then I'll turn off my engine and take the keys with me for the next step.